Well, it is the end of week one, ladies and gentlemen. It is the end of week one of college football. And guys, I have something special for you guys today. Man, I was so excited. I was so thrilled for these games that we had. We had so many good games. I'm going to give you my top five good games. I'm going to give you my top five surprising teams. And I'm also going to give you my top five most disappointing teams for week zero and week one. First of all, those of you that are new to the channel, I suggest you hit that like button and you should smash that subscribe button. The subscribe button helps the channel grow. It shows the channel more on YouTube. Of course, this channel started in July officially, and it's going to continue to grow thanks to you guys. Without you guys, this channel would not grow. So I appreciate you guys. Me and Baby Yoda's in the house. We watching football. We watch football. We went to a few games. Guys, I cannot be more happy than I was this weekend. This weekend was amazing. I mean, goodness, it was so much good football going on. Um, Man, I want to start about talking about the top five most surprising teams. I waited to the end of the Clemson and Georgia Tech game. Clemson was going to be very good. And like I said, they look, the defense looked like, just like I told you guys. Those of you that saw my Clemson video, I told you guys about the defense. They are loaded on defense. Okay, Clemson got about six guys that are gonna go in the NFL draft pick, and six of them might go in the first two rounds. I promise you. Miles Murphy is a beast. Brian Reese is a beast. I mean, they got so many guys on that Clemson defensive team. But anyway, let me go to the top five most surprising teams that we had so far in college football for week zero and week one. The most surprising team got number five. Let's start with number five. The most surprising team. I have the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. Okay. Before you say anything, before you comment anything, man, guys, look how they played against this team. Man, they played. Did y'all know what happened? They beat Boston College, and Boston College was a bowl team, and Rutgers was not a bowl team. I think Rutgers won what 5 games last year. Rutgers was actually, a lot of people said Rutgers was going to go down this year. Guys, Rutgers has a chance to go 4-0 before they play Iowa. Okay, the first game was against Boston College. The second game is against Wagner. The third game is against Temple. That's the fourth game against Temple. Guys, you got Temple. Okay, you got Boston College, Wagner, Temple, and Iowa. Okay, you can go 3-0 before you play Iowa. Okay, and those of you that saw Iowa, they can only score 7 points in the ball game, or is it 5 points? I think Iowa beat a team 7-3. I think it was South Dakota State. And so Iowa can't move the ball. Okay, Rutgers have a good chance to beat Iowa. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Rutgers beat Iowa, to be honest with you, because Iowa, they lost some things too. Iowa is not a highly recruited team. They are a team that are very disciplined. They keep a lot of the upperclassmen there. They don't go pro as much, but they are very disciplined. They are they pretty good. They play together. So is Rutgers. Rutgers is a pretty good team. They not super talented like these other teams, like Alabama or Florida State or LSU or Georgia. Teams like that. But guys, when they beat Boston College 22-21, I was shocked, man. I was shocked to see them win because I wouldn't have picked Rutgers to beat Boston College. I would think Boston College would be a better team than Rutgers. But apparently Rutgers caught a lot of breaks to win this ball game. So Rutgers is 1-0, and their next game is against Wagner. The second, now as far as number four, I'm doing 5-1. So I'm doing my top five most surprising teams. The number four most surprising team that I have is Appalachian State. Guys, those of you that saw that North Carolina Appalachian State game, you have to be thrilled of that quarterback. They were amazing. Both quarterbacks was amazing, especially Drake May for North Carolina. North Carolina defense is just terrible. I mean, that is a trash defense. Appalachian State is one of those teams that can upset people. I never forget years ago, they played Michigan at the Big House, and they beat Michigan. I never forget it. Michigan was highly ranked in the top 10, and what did Appalachian State do? They beat Michigan. Okay, that's what happened. Okay, hey, that's what happened, man. I mean, Also, a few years ago, they almost beat Tennessee at Tennessee. So Appalachian State is one of those sneaky teams. And also, I will tell A&M fans, you better watch out. You better not sleep on Appalachian State. They can score the football. They scored 61 points. I know North Carolina defense is not like you guys, but hey, they can score. They can score the football. They know how to execute on offense and score. So A&M fans, Texas A&M fans, you better bring your A game. Texas A&M football team better bring their A game if they expect to demolish Appalachian State. Okay? They were very surprising, man. That was a great football game as well. I mean, 63-61, North Carolina, they pulled it off, but they should have blown Appalachian State out. That's why Appalachian State is such a surprising to me. That's why I have them at number 4 being surprising. Now, number 3, oh my God, this game was even better. ECU, Eastern Carolina versus North Carolina State. Oh my God. Guys, I had North Carolina State only losing one game this year, but I don't know, guys. I mean, goodness. I mean, this is going to be tough, man. If you barely beat this team by 1 point, North Carolina State beat Eastern Carolina by one single point, 21-20, and they almost scored. They almost beat them. They got that tackle on the 1 yard line. North Carolina State got that tackle on the 1 yard line to end the ball game. Guys, that game was a thrill. It was a great game, okay? North Carolina State, they got some work to do, okay? But Eastern Carolina is surprising this year. In the past, I remember them beating quite a few good teams in the past. They have a chance to be 3-0 before they play Navy, and they have a chance of beating Navy. Okay, and I know they'll beat South Florida. If they beat Navy, you looking at 5-0 before they play Tulane. You looking at 6-0 before Memphis game, and that would be a good game. So Eastern Carolina might. I mean, they could possibly be ranked, guys. I mean, they beat Coastal Carolina. Y'all remember that Coastal Carolina team that was top 14 in the nation last year? They beat Coastal Carolina last year, so they can beat you now. They can beat you. Now, let me go to number 2. Number 2, y'all see that shirt right there. You already know what I'm about to say. You already know what's happened, okay? The Florida Gators are the second most surprising team in week 1 to me so far. The Florida Gators beat Utah, the number 7 team in the nation. Utah hopes for the playoffs are done thanks to the Florida Gators. The Pac-12 will never finish the SEC. They're not ready for the SEC at all. Utah thought they would come down to the swamp to beat Florida. That wasn't going to happen. Anthony Richardson will be a Heisman candidate this year. If he plays like this for the rest of the season, he would definitely be a Heisman candidate. I mean, goodness gracious, that was a great game. Guys, I didn't think that game could be topped until that Florida State and LSU game. But guys, Florida is pretty good, man. I mean, Florida is surprising. They can compete with anybody this year. And guess what? I have Florida win 8 games this year. And they might even win more. I guarantee you, it's going to be very hard to beat Florida at the Swamp. And the Swamp had the record-breaking crowd ever. That was the largest crowd at the Swamp. At Ben Hill Griffin Stadium, the Florida Gators fans showed up. Shout out to the Florida Gator fans. Shout out to everybody. Shout out, Gators. Let's go, Gators. I'm so proud of you guys. You guys showed up. You guys showed up. That was amazing. You can hear it on the TV. The crowd was pumped up for this game. The Utah fans have never, ever experienced a crowd like that in the Pac-12, ever. And that plays a key because I've seen several false starts from that Utah offense. Armani Burney, the linebacker was getting burnt most of the game, but he's number 2 for the Florida Gators. But he made that key interception late in the fourth quarter for Florida to win that game. So shout out to Armani Burney for never giving up, never keeping his head down, kept his head up and played through all of that, with all that talking going on. You getting burnt, you need to take him out. He stayed through it and got that interception. And guess what? Florida won 29-26. That was a surprising game because guess what? Vegas had Utah as a 3.5-point favorite, okay? Those of you that saw my Pac-12 video, I actually said Florida would win this game. But for some reason, I don't know. I should have went my first thought. For some reason, on my Florida Gator video, I had Florida losing to Utah. I should have kept my first thought. I should have known Florida was going to win. That's why I was so surprised on how good Anthony Richardson is. I said on the Florida Gator video that Florida downhill was when Cam Newton was kicked off the team. That was Florida downhill. Now it looks like Florida has a new Cam Newton. That's Anthony Richardson. Florida's gonna go and stop with Anthony Richardson this year. Okay, it's gonna be hard to stop that guy, man. He did a play. It was like some pump fake, man. He did a pump fake in the mid-air and came down and scrambled some more and threw it right on the money. I mean, y'all know what play I'm talking about. Those in your comment section, let me know what you guys think about that play. Was that one of the best plays so far this year where Anthony Richardson threw that ball like that? Man, he could have been sacked so many times. That fourth down play, he made that play on his own. That wasn't even a quarterback sneak design. That was him being just that good, man. When you got a quarterback like that, it's hard to stop a quarterback that good, man. The defensive line is going to be frustrated with that guy. The linebacker is going to be frustrated. If you play man defense on Florida, you're going to be in trouble. You better not play. You better come with if you play man defense against Florida this year. I promise you. You play man defense, you better not be caught sleeping. Because Anthony Richardson will burn you up. He can burn you with his arm and his legs. Now, that's something I do want to see Florida do some more this year is throw it more. That he had 0 passing touchdowns, but he did have rushing touchdowns. That's a good thing. He is a good rusher, but we got to see what he do in his passing game, okay? Now, the most surprising team I have, number one, the most surprising team I have from week 0 and week 1 is Florida State Seminoles. I had to do that for my Florida State fans that subscribe to this channel. I met a lot of y'all at the casino at the Harrah's in New Orleans. I met a lot of y'all at the games outside of the Superdome. Guys, you guys were great. Okay, you guys showed up for your team. I got to give you props for that, Florida State fans. Y'all showed up. I mean, y'all were all over New Orleans, man. Y'all was everywhere, man. Y'all was at the restaurants. You was on Bourbon Street. You was on Decatur Street. You was on Canal Street. You was everywhere, Florida State fans. I gotta commend you guys for that. You guys showed up for your team, and guess what? You guys would benefit. You guys benefited from that. Okay, you guys were rewarded because your team won. You shouldn't have won, but you won, okay? I mean, it's just how it is. I actually picked LSU to win that game. That's why I'm so surprised that Florida State won. Now, I knew Florida State would be better this year. Those of you that saw my video on Florida State, I did mention that Florida State will be better. It's just that schedule is a little harder than it was last year. LSU got a lot of work to do. LSU special team coach needs to be fired, okay? He needs to go. Okay, he needs to go. Now, Florida State, you guys almost gave this game up, okay? I heard a lot of talk about why are you doing a halfback toss on the 1 yard line. Okay, first of all, that was good execution. The line blocked very good for that running back. It's just the running back didn't keep up with the ball. He bobbled up the ball, and that's what happened. He fumbled the ball. But anyway, that was good. That was a good play call. You just got to execute better. Next time, you guys got to learn. I knew that both teams had an advantage. Okay, you had LSU playing in New Orleans. LSU is only 1 hour from New Orleans. Baton Rouge is only 1 hour from New Orleans, okay? So basically, LSU was at home. Second of all, Florida State already played the game. They had 3 running backs that rushed for over 100 yards before they even played LSU. So Florida State also have a bye week this coming week. They don't even have to play a game. They 2-0 already. Okay, they one of the few 2-0 teams in college football right now. They already 2-0 undefeated, so that's a good thing about Florida State. If I'm a Florida State fan, I have to be satisfied. I would be satisfied, and I am grateful that we came out 2-0 so far because a lot of people had you guys losing, going 1-1 so far. Of course, you guys were going to beat Duquesne. Okay, that's a gimme. That's a gimme right there. But Florida State, when y'all beat LSU. Your season is your stock is rising right now, LSU, Florida State fans. Your stock is rising. That game was amazing. Okay, now let's go to the top 5 disappointing teams. Okay, number 5, the most disappointing team at number 5, North Carolina Tar Heels. What in the world are you guys doing? Where's your defense? Cameron Kelly, where you at? These defensive players, where y'all at? Do y'all know how to play defense down in North Carolina? I mean, goodness. I mean, what is going on in Durham, North Carolina? Do y'all know how to play some doggone defense? How in the world you give up 61 points to Appalachian State? How? 61 points to Appalachian State. I mean, that's a total. Whoever pick up the over on that game, you guys made a lot of money. That was a total of 124 points in that game between Appalachian State and North Carolina. So if you did the over for that game, you gotta be rich. You gotta be rich. I mean, if you bet $1,000 for that game to go over, you did good. Okay, you did a great job. Okay. North Carolina gotta do better. They barely won. Okay, they won by 2 points, 63-61. They should have lost, man. But lucky they made it through. I mean, but I will tell you this. The bright side about North Carolina, Drake May is amazing, okay? Drake May is going to be very good. Like I told you guys, that if you saw my North Carolina video, I said that they have a 2-quarterback system. But I see that they're going to go with Drake May because he got more upside than the other quarterback. And he does. He's 6'5", big body, can throw, can run. I mean, why not have him at starting quarterback, okay? You guys just got to play better defense. Plain and simple. If you guys don't get better on your defense, you are going to have a long season in North Carolina. I actually have you guys winning 8 games. But, guys, it's going to be tough. You guys barely beat Appalachian State. It's going to be tough. If y'all don't get your act together, you won't win their games. Matt Brown is lucky. Okay, head coach Matt Brown for North Carolina is lucky, okay? That was a tough win, okay? That was tough. Y'all, the defensive coordinator, he ain't sleeping. He ain't sleeping no time soon. Because you get over 61 points to Appalachian State, an inferior opponent, you in bad shape. Now, let me go to number 4, the most disappointing team so far. LSU, baby tigers, baby kittens, okay? Forget all that. I said it. You guys are disappointed. You're at home. I don't care if it's at New Orleans. I don't care if it's at the Superdome. Baton Rouge is only 1 hour away. You guys play in the Superdome all the time. God, dog it. Y'all got the kicker. And Keyshawn Boutte only got two catches? He's supposed to be a top 2 wide receiver in all the SEC. Maybe a top 5 wide receiver in all of college football. And he only get 2 catches. The quarterback, Jalen Daniels, he rushed for over 100 yards. But what did he throw for? Not much. You guys got to do better, LSU. Okay? Brian Kelly, you don't know what you got yourself into. This is the SEC, but this is not that Independence Notre Dame no more. Notre Dame, you can scale to BYU and Temple and Pittsburgh and Michigan and stuff like that. But this is the big dog. This is the big dog league, baby. This big boy league. SEC. You got to come with it. LSU fans will have you up out of here if you don't get yourself together. I'm going to tell you right now, I got a lot of family that, I know some friends and family members that are LSU fans, and they already trying to see what's up with you, buddy. Brian Kelly, if you watching this video, you better come with it next game. And guess what? You're losing to Florida and Mississippi State. LSU fans, sorry to tell y'all that, but you're losing. You're losing. You're losing to both teams, okay? LSU will have a long season this year. I even saw on Twitter, man, somebody said that LSU might be the worst team in the SEC West, okay? Hey, you're not better than Arkansas. You're not better than Mississippi State. You're not better than Florida. You're definitely not better than Alabama or Texas A&M. So, Ole Miss, I don't know. I don't even know if you're better than Ole Miss. Can you beat Ole Miss this year? I don't know, man. Y'all gonna have a rough year down in Baton Rouge, buddy. You can't even win in the Superdome when you always play. You love the neutral site stuff. That's not even fair, bro. Like, y'all know how far Tallahassee is from New Orleans? That's like 6 hours. Put in the comment section how many hours that is from Tallahassee to New Orleans, folks. But anyway, you guys lost that game. Don't blame the kicker. You guys didn't execute enough. Oh, yeah, by the way, Keyshawn Boutte is officially deleted every kind of account that he has with LSU. He unfollowed LSU off every social media account. He thinking about transfer portal. He's trying to leave LSU, basically. So it's not getting good for LSU right now. So, Brian Kelly, you don't know what you got yourself into. Okay, LSU, we'll see next game what you guys do, okay? Now, number 3, the most disappointing team is North Carolina State. Guys, I had North Carolina State going 11-1 this year. It's tough now, man. I mean, if you can barely beat Eastern Carolina by 1 point, 21-20, how in the world are you going to beat teams like Wake Forest, Miami, all those other ACC teams, bro? How are you going to beat Florida State if you can barely beat Eastern Carolina? Y'all see what Florida State just did? They just beat LSU in a tough, hostile environment. It's tough to play at LSU or at when LSU is in that Superdome, because that's basically their home game too. So it's gonna be hard for you, North Carolina State. Now, defensive wise, North Carolina State played a pretty good game, but the offense need a lot of work. And that coach, man, you need to stop talking up on Devin Leary. Devin Leary didn't do anything. Devin Leary had what? 2 interceptions? Let's see how many interceptions he had. Let's see how many interceptions Devin Leary had for the quarterback for. Okay, he had 1 interception. Devin Leary threw for 1 touchdown and 1 interception versus Eastern Carolina. But the Eastern Carolina quarterback threw for 267 yards and 2 touchdowns. Devin Leary had 211 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. The ground did pretty good. Simi Sumo Kumbalali, he had whatever his name is. He got 3 different names. He had 14 carries, 79 yards. Jordan Houston, 15 carries, 55 yards. But they got to do better on offense, okay? They got to execute. North Carolina State is going to have a long season if they don't learn how to execute. I know they missed those running backs they had last year for sure. Now, let's go to the number 2 most disappointing team. It's really not team, it's really the coach, but that's part of the team too. I mean, Nebraska Cornhuskers. What were you thinking, Scott Frost? You up 11 points in the 3rd quarter versus Northwestern, and you go onside kick it. Why? Why, man? Why? Why? Why would you onside kick? You are 11 points. And you're going to onside kick it to Northwestern. They have good field position. And that shifted all the momentum to Northwestern. And you guys lost 31-28. That's bad coaching. Scott Frost, I don't know what that Scott Frost at that went undefeated at UCF. I don't know where he at. Can somebody put in the comment section where Scott Frost is at? Because that Scott Frost, he's up out of there. He's almost about it. The Nebraska fans are tired of him, I promise you. They are tired of him, okay? They are tired of Scott Frost. I mean, I can't believe it, man. Wow, it doesn't make any sense, bro. I would pull, if I had long hair, I would pull my hair out for that dude, man. That dude is stupid. How are you up 11 points and you onside kick it, bro? You caused your team the game. I'm sure the players were like, man, what kind of coach would do that? That's the most the number one. But guess what? The number one, this between the first number one, number 2 most disappointing team. I was, going back and forth to see which one was 1 and 2. But anyway, the number 1 most disappointing team, the Oregon Ducks. God Almighty, they can't score a touchdown. They can only get 3 points against Georgia to Saturday. That was an embarrassing game for for Oregon, the Oregon Ducks, man. That was embarrassing. Okay. I understand you guys went down to Atlanta. Georgia basically at home, but guys, you can't score. I saw a defensive lineman for Georgia. This is what I seen. He lined up on the offensive lineman. He pushed the offensive lineman down. Then he pushed the running back down that was in pass protection, and then he sacked the quarterback, Bo Nix. Bo Nix, Auburn got rid of you. Now Oregon is thinking about getting rid of you. What are you gonna do, Bo Nix, the next game? I had you guys winning 9 or 10 games down in Oregon, but Bo Nix, man, it's gonna be hard, man. USC is better, UCLA is better. Utah's, I mean, they're not going anywhere at Utah. Okay, the Pac-12, man, like I told you guys in that video, in that Pac-12 video, if those of you that didn't see that Pac-12 video, watch that video. I wouldn't be surprised USC come out that Pac-12. Or Utah, of course. I mean, Utah, but Oregon got a lot of work to do. You can only score 3 points, man. I mean, goodness gracious, God, 49-3, that was embarrassing. That game was over with in the 2nd quarter. I mean, Georgia just beat the brakes off you. That's what you call beat the brakes off of. Now, let's go to the top 5 most exciting games that we had this week, or week 0 and week 1. Number 5, you had UNC and Appalachian State. That was a great game, 63-61. It was a shootout. If you like offense, that was your kind of game, okay? UNC, Appalachian State, number 5, most exciting game. Number 4, you had Notre Dame and Ohio State. If you like defense, that was your kind of game, because that game was like 7-3 for a long time. And then Ohio State ended up winning 21-10. That was a great defensive game. Ohio State did not have their best wide receiver. But they still pull out the win. You had a top 5 matchup between Ohio State and Notre Dame. That was a great game, okay, if you like defensive struggle games. And I like either, it just depends. I just like seeing, a good football game. I don't like to see blowouts. I just like to see a competitive football game. And that's what you saw in both of those two games right there. At number 3, you have North Carolina State and Eastern Carolina. Guys, that was a nail biter. That game definitely went down to the wire. Man, that game was probably closer than the Appalachian State and North Carolina game. That game was very close. Number 2 and number 1, guys. At first, I didn't think that Florida and Utah game could be beat until I saw that Florida State and LSU game. Guys, that Florida and Utah game, I mean, the crowd was so loud. Even the Utah fans enjoyed their time in Gainesville. That game was so lit. Every day we lit. You can tell me that. Knowing I was broke, now I'm getting rich. Even the Utah fans were having a good time in Gainesville, man. That game was so lit, and it was a good game, man. I mean, that game went down to the fourth quarter, and it was a late interception for Florida to seal the game. Now, number 1, LSU and Florida State was the best game I've seen all week, okay? Put in the comment section what you guys think. There's a lot of games that I like, but those are my top 5. I also like that Pitt West Virginia game. I also liked that Purdue and Penn State game. I also liked that Nebraska and Northwestern game. There was quite a few games out there. I even liked the Cincinnati and Arkansas game. Let me know what you guys think that your top 5 games. Put them in the comment section what your top 5 games was this week. Also, I want to talk about what we got this coming week for week 2. There are quite a few games. Texas and Alabama playing. They're playing 11 a.m. on Fox. Be on the lookout for that. That would be a great game. Of course, that game will be. Of course, I'm gonna pick Bama. I think Bama will beat Texas. I would not be surprised if this is a good game, close game. Maybe Bama pull away in the fourth quarter or the second half, but it would not be a blowout. I mean, because I think Texas have a good team. They're pretty talented. Another game I want you guys to look out for is South Carolina and Arkansas. Okay, that would be a good game. That would be at 11 a.m. as well Saturday. That would be on ESPN. I'm picking Arkansas to win that game. If this game was in South Carolina, that would be a tough game. South Carolina got one of the best crowds in college football. Okay. Another game I want to look at, Vanderbilt is undefeated, ladies and gentlemen, and they will be playing number 22 ranked team, Wake Forest. They will be playing Wake Forest. So both teams are undefeated right now. If Vanderbilt win this game against Wake Forest, man, you're gonna see a lot of Vanderbilt fans come out the closet. Vanderbilt not win the SEC anything. You're just gonna see them come out the closet. Oh, we gonna beat bowl eligible. Come on. All right, next game you want to look at is Appalachian State and Texas A&M. Appalachian State gave North Carolina a run for their money. So what did they do to Texas A&M? We don't know. Okay. Appalachian State will show up. They're not afraid to play anybody. As you can see, they like playing bigger schools. Another game is Tennessee and Pitt. Those of you that saw my Pitt schedule, I picked Pitt to lose this game. I got Tennessee winning this game. Hendon Hooker, a lot of people got him as a Heisman candidate. Is he better than Anthony Richardson? I don't think so. But hey, we'll see if he's better or not against Pitt. And that game is 2:30 on ABC, and I have Tennessee win this game. Another good game, I have Iowa State versus Iowa. Guys, this would be a pretty good game. Both of these are rivalry games. This is on Big Ten Network at 3 p.m. I don't know who will win this game. Maybe Iowa, maybe Iowa State. It will be a close game. Another game I have is Kentucky at Florida. This game is going to be at the Swamp, Florida fans. And I got Florida winning. We beating Kentucky. Kentucky is overrated. I can't believe this guy on ESPN was saying that Kentucky is the third best team in the SEC. They're not better than Arkansas. They're not better than Florida. And they dogs sure ain't better than Texas A&M. And they doggone sure ain't better than Georgia or Alabama. So how are they the third best team in the SEC? Tell me, ESPN. They need to put me on ESPN. I'll tell them how it is. Dog. They ain't better than Hale State. We're going to beat them. Will Rogers going to kill Kentucky. It don't matter if it's in Lexington. Like Lexington, some tough place to play or something. Come on, man. Will Rogers is also a better quarterback than Will Levis anyway. Another good game is Arizona State and Oklahoma State. Guys, I just want to see Emory Jones play, man. He started for Florida, and Dan Mullen. For some reason, Dan Mullen thought that Emory Jones was better than Anthony Richardson. I don't know why, but anyway, Emory Jones left Florida, went to Arizona State, okay? And you got Spencer for Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State had a top 5 defense last year. Everybody know that Oklahoma State defensive coordinator left Oklahoma State, went to Ohio State. But anyway, I think that'll be a pretty good game. That game will be on ESPN2 at 6:30. Another good game I want to see is this is a kind of a rivalry game between Stanford and USC. Kind of an old-fashioned like game. I think USC will roll all over Stanford, but David Shaw, he just got to get more talent out there. But anyway, this game is on ABC at 6:30. Baylor plays BYU, 9:15 ESPN. I think Baylor will win this game. I also think USC will win, and I think Oklahoma State will beat Arizona State. Now, this game I really want to see at 10 p.m. on FS1. Mississippi State versus Arizona Wildcats. Guys, this is not basketball. This is football. Mississippi State will win, no matter what time it is. I would sell all my stuff, Mississippi State gear, if we lose to Arizona. We better not lose to Arizona. Like I said, Mike Leach's third season is always his best season, one of his best seasons, because he turned the program around. He did it at Texas Tech. He did it at Washington State. Okay? So, they're going to get better and better, okay? Will Rogers looked very good, guys. He had 450 passing yards versus Memphis. We got our revenge versus Memphis. I'm so excited about that. Be in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think about these upcoming games next week, this coming weekend. Let me know what you guys think. So, guys, this is what it is. I gave you my top 5 surprising teams, my top 5 most disappointing teams, and my top 5 most exciting games. And I also gave you the big games for this coming weekend. Let me know what you guys think. Be sure to hit that like button and smash that subscribe button. Thank you for watching RW Vision. Shout out to y'all folks.